Looks like John Pendleton may have developed some of the plants that are in here himself. Doesn't work. This must be some kind of well, but where's the water? A carnivorous plant. Cool. What is that? Maybe I'd better have a look around. This must be Mrs. Drake's room. Oh, it's just a parrot. Scared ya? Now go to your room. Go to my room? Everyone's sleeping. Go to your room and set your clock. What time do most people get up around here? 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Set your clock for 6 a.m. Sweet dreams. Who's the pretty bird in the mirror? Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain.
What's that? He was Randolph's grandson and the first initiate. Odo did not have the proper qualities for Randolph's instruction.
Because he was stupid?
No, Jane. It's because Randolph believed that the proper qualities skip every generation. We talked about that, remember?
I guess.
Milo was a great soldier, just like his grandfather. And with his grandfather's help, he was victorious at Cannes.
That was a battle fought in 1417, during the 100 Years' War.
That's right.
But I don't understand something. The 100 Years' War lasted longer than 100 years, right? So why do they call it that? Why don't they call it the 116-year war, huh?
Oh my, look at the time. We need to go over your geometry. Please open your book to page 46 and read silently.
How good are you at giving hints? Tell your troubles to LOULOU. Do you by any chance know Latin? Quiste rogavit, bene vidi vici, semper ubi sub ubi, morituris tetus. I'll take that as a yes. Would you mind translating something for me? Fire away. Bruma? The longest day of the year is solstitium, the summer solstice. The shortest day is Bruma, the winter solstice. Equinoctium vernum is a spring equinox. Equinoctium autumnalis is a fall equinox. Day equals night. LOULOU's always right. Bye, bird. Don't leave me! I love you! Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain. Guess she's not in her room.
All settled in? Good. I'm happy that you're visiting Linda, but I know how much you teenagers like your televisions and loud stereos, so I must insist that you act respectfully and civilly while you stay with us. Since my nephew Hugh is away on business, I am in charge of this household, and if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's noise. Hugh's daughter Jane is staying with us and would very much like to meet you, but please try not to distract her. She has her studies and mustn't be disturbed during her lessons.
Is anyone else staying here?
We do not have any permanent house staff, if that's what you mean. The Penvillans have always been self-reliant. We get on quite well without being continuously mollycoddled by a squadron of insipid, gossiping ne'er-do-wells. Now, we do have 2 other house guests, a Mr. Nigel Mukherjee, who is researching the Penvillan family history in the library, and Ethel Bossany, Jane's tutor.
What is Jane studying?
What every British schoolgirl needs to know. All of her schooling in the States has left her with, shall we say, a cultural deficit. She's in capable hands now.
Do you know what's wrong with Linda?
I don't know, and the doctors don't know. No one seems to know anything. All I've been told is that Linda is unwell and that in her stead, I must look after matters. Now, please, I really do not have time to entertain you. You may have the run of the house, but do not break anything, and refrain from mucking about with items that aren't yours. 2 rules Jane seems incapable of following. And before I forget, our kitchen is being remodeled, so our dining situation is rather unorthodox. I've made arrangements with a local restaurant to deliver meals to us. There should be a programmed number for them on the phone in your room. Feel free to order whatever you'd like.
I spoke with Mr. Tucker at the Boar's Head pub, but frankly, I'm not at all sure what he said.
Yes, his language is quite colourful, isn't it? He's Cockney, you see. My brother Alan and I loved to make up Cockney rhymes when we were young. We'd drive our governess quite batty. Haven't got a pot of glue, haven't got a pot of glue. Ha! How we teased her.
Pot of glue?
A clue, dear. Haven't got a clue. Rhymes with glue, you see.
This conservatory is very beautiful, but why isn't there any water in the well?
I'm not quite sure. We never really used it, but it was always full of water. That is until my brother died. And then it just dried up. Most of these plants were brought over by my grandfather. He was quite the adventurer. I remember when he brought back LOULOU from the Amazon. At first, Mother wouldn't allow us to play with it because it had picked up too many unsuitable words from sailors. But it gradually learned proper manners.
Can you tell me about LOULOU?
LOULOU is a very old parrot. She must be over 80 years old. Please be very careful with her, especially if you feed her. Parrots have quite delicate constitutions, you know.
The picture book in Jane's room. Do you know much about its history?
My brother Alan found it somewhere in the house. He was quite fascinated by it, but he'd never let me look at it.
What was your brother Alan like?
He was quite remarkable. He taught linguistics and computer science and won many prestigious awards. He loved games, especially pranks, and was forever tinkering with this and that. I do miss him sometimes, but now he's gone. He died a month after my husband passed away, and ever since I've been here all alone. Until Hugh came back from the United States, that is.
I'm concerned about that thing I saw outside.
It was purely your imagination, unless you saw a stray dog. But I will not countenance any histrionics about this issue. We have enough to worry about with Linda. And please do not get any ideas about going outside to investigate. I do not want you tracking mud all over this house.
Goodbye.
Good day. Yes?
Goodbye.
Run along.
Do you have allergies, Mrs. Drake?
Oh, yes. Hay fever. Although I'm not at all sure Or what's worse, my allergies or that medication. It makes me feel as if I'm about to float right out of my shoes. Who's hungry? Who's ready for some nummies?
Did you say something, Mrs. Drake?
Not to you, dear.
Ah yes, are you here from the agency? It's about time.
No, I'm Nancy Drew, a friend of Linda's.
How do you do? I'm Nigel Mukherjee. I'm researching the Penvillen family, and Mrs. Drake has graciously opened the library for me. Nothing much has been written about the Penvillens. Until now.
Why do you think that is?
It might have something to do with their scandalous history. Or perhaps it has something to do with the family treasure.
Family treasure?
For centuries, the Penvillens have been very secretive. Some believe they're protectors of a fabulous treasure, or of some dark secret. There are several skeletons rattling about in the Penvillen closet. Take, for example, Eleanor Penvillen, tried and convicted of witchcraft in 1650, quite the height of the witch trials here in Essex. It was rumored that Cromwell arranged the conviction.
Cromwell?
Oliver Cromwell? Ironsides? I suppose they don't teach history any longer in the US. Lady Penvillen was a rather vocal critic of Cromwell's policies and helped many of his enemies flee the country. Whether she actually was a practitioner of witchcraft is unknown, although many visitors to the manor during her tenure reported hearing strange, ghostly bells. Some even saw phantom hands floating about the manor, tolling their charmed chimes.
You mentioned some kind of scandal with the Penvillen family?
Well, having a family member burned as a witch can hardly be considered a mark of pride, I dare say. And then there's the whole business with the Blackmoor beast.
Blackmoor beast?
It's a story that's been told for generations out here. During the 1600s, many of the villagers reported seeing a strange beast with red eyes and giant fangs prowling the moors. They asked the mistress of Blackmoor Manor, Eleanor Penvillen, to put a bounty on the beast's head. But, oddly enough, she not only refused, she forbade anyone from hunting the creature. It was rumored that the beast was Eleanor's husband, whom she had cursed for finding out too much about the Penvillen secret.
When I was walking up to the house, I saw something with red eyes that called out to me.
Really? How extraordinary. Are you sure it wasn't just jet lag?
Positive, and I heard it make this kind of growling sound.
Perhaps it was the cursed husband of Eleanor Penvillen, prowling about the moors in search of lost Yanks.
Very funny. Who are all those paintings of in the Great Hall?
Those are the Penvillens who owned Blackmoor Manor at one time or another.
Have you seen any ruins anywhere in the manor?
You mean like Norse runes? No, I haven't. I don't really know much about them anyway. Dead languages aren't really my bag, you know.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Tally-ho! Achoo!
Viewed Zadorov.
Spasiba. Achoo!
A tes souhaits.
Merci.
Do you mind if I use this computer?
No, not at all. But it's very old. Feel free to use mine if I'm not here. Interesting. I'm researching Philippe Penvillen, and it appears that many scholars believe he was a pirate. That would explain his source of wealth. I doubt you'll find much of interest in there. They're mainly law books. Charles Penvillen was a prominent judge in the 16th century. Sad to say, he lost his son at a young age, left his estate to his grandson, Thomas. Those manuscripts are very old and brittle. They date back to the 14th century. Odo Penvellyn collected most of them. His father, Randolph, and son Milo were rather more interested in military victories than in book collecting. Those are mainly Penelope Penvellyn's collections of French novels. She was a patron to a raft of artists, and her salon was quite popular. She was quite the libertine, even kept her maiden name after her marriage. Fascinating piece, isn't it? James Penvellyn sculpted it in 1591, although it appears that wand was added at a later date. He was quite a flamboyant figure and never married, but one day a child appeared quite mysteriously in the castle, and he took her in as his own. That was Eleanor, and many of the townfolk believed her to be a changeling or fairy baby.
That's done. That's done. I'm finished with that. That's done. I'm sorry to bother you again, but Jane told me about the lady in black.
What lady in black? Jane never said anything to me about a lady in black. That kid is so weird. I just don't get her.
Did you receive a note or something that's upset you?
I did receive something. But it's none of your concern. You can't help me, and that's that. I'm sorry.
Linda, you have to give me a chance. Everyone is so worried about you. If you just tell me what's happened, maybe I could help. Linda, I made a promise to your mother and I plan to keep it. I'm here for you when you need me.
Hi, Nancy.
Have you ever heard anything strange at night that sounds like chanting?
No.
Do you think there's a treasure hidden around here?
I highly doubt it. I mean, if there were, wouldn't someone have already found it? When I asked Ethel about it, she said that it's the Penvellyn name and heritage that should be treasured. Blech.
Jane, did there used to be a telescope in my room?
Mm-hmm. I took it outside to look at the stars. But if you want it back, you'll have to play a game with me.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, what's the game?
Let's see how quick your reflexes are. I'll time you. If you get the puzzle done in time, I'll return the telescope. If not, then you'll have to try again. On your mark, get set, go! Five minutes. Four minutes. Three minutes.
There.
You won. Good show. I'll put the telescope back in your room first chance I get.
Do you know what the password is for the computer in the library?
Yes, but I won't tell. Not unless you beat me at Skull and Bones. My friend Hugo bought this for me. It's like Go Fish, but you have to collect 3 of a kind of weird things like zombies and ghosts. You go first.
Do you have any tombstones?
Here you go.
Do you have any ghosts?
Here you go.
Do you have any spiders?
Go dig. Any bats?
Go dig. Do you have any zombies?
Dig. Do you have any coffins?
Go dig. Do you have any haunted houses?
Nada. Any bats?
Go dig. Do you have any witches?
Sorry. Tombstones?
All yours. You got a match. Good for you.
Do you have any coffins?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any bones?
Nada. Any bats?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any coffins?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any witches?
Go dig. Any bats?
Sorry. Do you have any haunted houses?
Here you go.
Do you have any skulls?
Here you go.
Do you have any zombies?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any ghosts?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any bones?
Here you go.
Do you have any spiders?
Sorry. Any bats?
All yours.
Any bats?
You're going to have to go dig. Do you have any witches?
Nada. Do you have any spiders?
All yours. A match? You're doing great.
Any bats?
All yours. You got a match. Good for you.
Any haunted houses?
All yours. A match? You're doing great.
Your witches, please?
All yours.
Your witches, please?
Afraid not. You got a match. Good for you. Do you have any skulls?
Dig.
I got a match.
Any bones? I won. Do you want to play a game?
Okay.
You go first.
Do you have any bats?
Here you go.
Do you have any tombstones?
Here you go.
Do you have any ghosts?
Go dig. Do you have any spiders?
All yours.
Any bones?
Go dig. Do you have any witches?
Dig. Any bones?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any haunted houses?
Here you go.
Do you have any ghosts?
Here you go.
Do you have any bats?
Nada. Any bones?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any tombstones?
Dig. Any haunted houses?
All yours. A match? You're doing great.
Any bones?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any zombies?
Go dig. Do you have any skulls?
Afraid not. Do you have any coffins?
Dig.
That's a match.
Any bones?
Go dig. A match? You're doing great. Do you have any ghosts?
Go dig.
That's a match.
Any bones?
Get out your shovel. You got a match. Good for you. Do you have any tombstones?
Go dig.
I got a match.
Any bones?
Afraid not. Do you have any coffins?
Here you go.
Do you have any zombies?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any ghosts?
Nada. Any bones?
All yours.
Any bones?
Afraid not. Do you have any coffins?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any ghosts?
Nada. Any bones?
All yours. A match? You're doing great.
Would you happen to have any ghosts?
I win.
You won. Good job. Okay, the password for my grandfather's computer is on his coat of arms, plain as day.
Do you want to play a game?
Mm-hmm.
Let's play that constellation matchup game.
Good job.
I should get going.
Au revoir.
Check. I'm finished with that. Check.
Oh, you startled me. You must be Nancy. I'm Jane's tutor, Ethel.
Hello, Ethel.
Jane is very excited you're visiting. You're all she's talked about for the past week.
Wow, I feel so embarrassed. I didn't think I'd have a fan club all the way over here.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to go over some things with Jane.
Oh, I guess I'll be going then.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Nancy. Our paths will cross again, I'm sure.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Goodbye.
Welcome, my adventurous friend. Don't tell my sister, but there are ghosts in Blackmoor Manor. 13 of them to be exact. The problem is they're very shy, so they only come out when it's very late at night, usually just after midnight, and even then they only show up in quiet places, like the Great Hall, and the hallways and the conservatory. What's worse, they'll only come out for a very short period of time. But if you can find and touch all 13 ghosts in the time you're allotted, come back here and I'll give you a prize, one which I guarantee you'll enjoy. So who's ready to go on a ghost hunt? Oh dear, my watch tells me that the ghosts are not likely to show up right now. Come back between midnight and 4 a.m. Farewell till then. Boar's Head, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'd like to order some food.
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop bangers and mash, Pinky and Perky and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
Bangers and mash.
Rightio, Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
You bet.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Baked potato.
Cool. There are symbols in that mural that I couldn't see before. That's done. That's done. That's done.